building wealth, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Is it these crazy images of waking up at 4 a.m. for an ice bath or grinding 24/7 with absolutely no days off? Well, what if I told you the real key to wealth isn't about living life at that extreme? What if it's actually something much smaller and way more sustainable? Let's dive into how these tiny, almost invisible habits can make all the difference. So, on one side, you've got that whole hustle culture playbook, right? It's super intense, it's incredibly demanding, and let's be honest, for most of us, it just leads to burnout. But then, on the other side, you've got the real power of micro habits, these tiny, consistent actions. We're talking 15 minutes a day, or just getting 1% better. I know, it doesn't sound as dramatic, but trust me, this is where real lasting change actually happens. And this right here is the secret sauce. This is the core idea we're going to unpack. It's not about some single, massive, heroic effort. Nope. It's about small, smart choices that stack up, one on top of the other. The real magic is in the compounding effect, and not just for your bank account, but for your entire life, your health, your mindset, the whole shebang. Okay, so to make this super clear and actionable, we've broken down these 17 habits into 3 core pillars. First, we're going to tackle the internal game, shifting your mindset, because what you believe drives every single thing you do. Then we'll get into the tactical stuff, building your money machine to make your money work for you. And finally, we'll look at how to accelerate your personal growth, because you are your #1 asset. All right, let's dive into our first pillar, shifting your inner mindset. Seriously, before you can build any kind of wealth on the outside, you have to build the right framework on the inside. Everything else, and I mean everything, is built right on this foundation, the one in your mind. So, one of the biggest hurdles we all face is something I call the yes trap. It's that deep, nagging feeling that you have to say yes to every single request, every invitation, every opportunity that comes your way. But think about it. Saying yes to everything just means you're saying no to your own goals. And what's the result? Burnout, feeling stretched thin, and watching the opportunities that really matter just pass you by. So, how do you escape this trap? It's actually a pretty simple 2-step process. First, you have to get crystal clear on your goals. I mean, write them down, know them, feel them. Then, you use those goals as your filter. So when a new request comes in, you just ask yourself one simple question. Does this move me closer to my goals, or is it just a distraction? Suddenly, saying no becomes so much easier because it's not personal, it's strategic. Here's another really powerful mindset habit. It's creating what I like to call an I can do this file. It's super simple. It's just a log of your achievements. Anytime you overcome a doubt, hit a little milestone, or do something that kind of scared you, you write it down. You know, life is full of ups and downs, and on those really tough days, this file becomes your secret weapon, your personal proof that you're capable of amazing things. You've probably heard this saying a million times, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And it's true. If your circle is full of negativity and complaining, guess what? It's going to pull you down. So creating a little distance is absolutely key. And hey, if you can't change your physical circle right away, curate a digital one. Your inner circle can be the authors you read, the podcast you listen to. Just make sure you choose influences that are all about solutions and growth, not problems. Okay, you see how this is all connecting. That strong mindset becomes the foundation for our second pillar, building your money machine. Once you've got that internal framework solid, we can start putting the practical systems in place that will make your money work for you 24/7. Warren Buffett absolutely nailed it with this quote. So many people do it backwards. They spend first and then hope there's something left over to save. The wealthy, they flip that script completely. They save and invest first. They make their future a priority, not an afterthought. The tiny habit here is to automate it. Set it up so a piece of your income goes straight to your savings and investments before you even have a chance to touch it. A great way to really get a handle on where your money is going is to put every expense into 3 simple buckets. You've got fundamental for your needs, fun for your lifestyle, and future for your growth and investments. Now, this isn't about being restrictive or making you feel bad, not at all. It's about being intentional. It gives you clarity and the confidence to know you're making smart financial decisions that line up with your goals. Look, your brain needs a clear target to aim for. A vague goal like, I'll save more money, well, that's like getting in a car and not telling the GPS where to go. It's useless. But a super specific goal, like saving $30,000 for a down payment by putting away $1,250 a month, now that is powerful. It gives you a clear finish line and breaks the whole journey down into small, manageable steps.
Specificity is what turns a wish into a real plan.
This is one of my favorite ideas ever. The 1% progress rule. Forget trying to double your savings overnight. That's overwhelming. Just aim to improve by 1% each month. Trim your expenses by 1%. Bump up your savings rate by 1%. It's so small, you'll barely even feel it. But these tiny, consistent improvements, they compound into absolutely massive results over time. It's incredible. Check out this disconnect. It's kind of wild. Research shows that nearly a half of us don't talk about money at all. But at the same time, 2/3 of us know that having these conversations is a critical part of success. So what's the tiny habit here? Just start a conversation. Ask a friend how they budget or share a financial goal you're working on. It's not about comparing yourselves. It's about learning from each other and breaking this weird cultural taboo that holds so many of us back. And that brings us to our final and maybe most exciting pillar, accelerating your personal growth. This is where we go beyond just managing money and start actively creating more of it by expanding your own skills and capabilities. Thomas Corley's research on the habits of the wealthy is just fascinating. I mean, look at this data on TV. 67% of wealthy people watch less than an hour of TV a day, while 77% of those struggling financially watch more than an hour. The tiny habit here is to consciously shift just a little bit of your time from consumption to creation. Even just 15 minutes a day spent writing or learning to code or building a new skill, it develops you in ways that just sitting back and watching something never, ever can. And Buffett's back with another piece of gold. The habit here is just to become a lifelong learner. That's it. Block out just 1 hour a week, that's all it takes, to learn something new about finance or investing or even just psychology. Every little piece of knowledge you gain opens up new doors and boosts your earning potential over your lifetime. And this is just so important. We talk about stocks and real estate, and yeah, those are great, but they will never beat the return on investment you get from yourself. Investing in a new skill, in your education, in your health, that pays dividends that compound for the rest of your life. You are the ultimate wealth-building asset, period. You know, most millionaires have multiple income streams, but the real key is how they build them. They don't try to launch 5 side hustles at the same time. No way. They start by taking stock of what they already know. They pick one skill they can monetize, and they focus on that one thing until it's running on its own. Only then do they even think about adding another stream. Focus is your best friend here. Okay, so let's bring it all together. The path to wealth, it really isn't about extreme sacrifice. It's built on these 3 simple pillars of tiny habits. First, you master your inner game by shifting your mindset. Second, you build your money machine with smart, automated systems. And third, you accelerate your growth by constantly, consistently investing in yourself. So, this whole explainer, everything we've talked about, it all comes down to this one simple question. Because knowing this stuff is great, but it's action that creates results. So, looking back at everything, what is the one small, simple habit that you can commit to starting